Hey everybody, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. I have here the Wowtac A4 V2 flashlight, mega powerful, and you have probably already seen the unboxing and first impressions video, and this is my final review and field testing. You get here the flashlight with a high-powered battery inside. It's a big boy. This is the actual Wowtac brand, 5,000 milliamp hours, and it's a 26650. I'm used to the 18650s, and I keep wanting to say that. 26650. Doesn't roll off the tongue as easy for me. There's a powerful spring in these. Very powerful. So the battery is always going to have connection inside your light. You're never going to have to worry about that. And trying to hold my hand in the camera range makes it awkward for me. Okay. You've got a USB charging cable, comes with the kit. You've got the accessory pack with a lanyard, and it comes with a extra charging port cover and 2 extra gaskets for giving you an extreme long life and waterproof for many years. Now, what we have here is a very bright light. It's amazing how the camera can handle it. If I did that to my eyes, it would hurt. So we have various functions of this, which we'll show you outdoors in the full demonstration. But I'll just go over the modes with you and tell you the brightness levels and how long it lasts. If you long press it, there's your firefly mode. Not very bright at all. And I love it. I'll explain all in detail outdoors. But that is 0.5 lumens. It sounds like so little, but yet out in the field it's perfect. So half a lumen is quite a bit of light, and this will actually last for over 200 days on that with this massive battery that comes with this, and that is really impressive. Now then you got low. When you turn it on, you can cycle through. Again, I'm going to show you all that. And the low is 28 lumens, and it'll last 89 hours, which is very impressive. And then you cycle through, and you've got your medium. And your medium is 208 lumens, and that'll last you 12 hours. Still quite impressive. That battery in here is so massive. This thing will last you a long time. Then you can press it again and cycle up to high. Alright, and that's 1,058 lumens. Now on high, you've got, it says 8 minutes plus 150 minutes. I'm not sure why it says 8 minutes plus, but about 158 minutes on high. And then if you double click, you get your turbo, which is 1,895 lumens. It lights up our whole house, and you get 148 minutes on that, and I can feel the heat. And then you double click it again, you got strobe, and I won't leave that on there long, and that's 1,200 lumens, and that'll last for 200 minutes in that range. Now this has a beam range of 565 meters, which is about 560 yards, give or take, just roughly calculated. And that is a really impressive range. And its impact resistance to 1.5 meters and waterproof to 2 meters. So we'll take this out in a field test later on and show you what it can do, how it performs, some waterproof testing, and long-range light testing. I got the flashlight on the charger, and it's showing red, so it shows the status of charge. It ranges from red through purple to blue, and blue being generally fully charged. And now it's fully charged, the blue light. I've got the Wowtec A4 V2 out, and I'm going to leave it right there overnight and give it the waterproofing test. Leave it out in a thunderstorm. Well, you can see there's water everywhere. The ground is sopping wet, but unfortunately I didn't get to this in time. There's some water on it. You can see some water on it. It was out. We had a massive thunderstorm last night. Yeah, you can see it was in a thunderstorm, but it's probably going to be just fine. See? So it passed the water test. There you can see some water. It got a good dousing last night. Hey guys, I got the Wowtec A4 V2 outside. It's not quite dark. The sky, the camera makes it look brighter than it is, but if I shut off the light, it's pretty much black out. But with the light, it's just like daytime. So, you can see the woods over there. What am I on? Let me see, there's low, medium, high. Oh, yeah, that's low. You can't see it out in the woods, but you can see it in the ground. It doesn't reach to the forest. I mean, low is pretty good. You got, I don't know, yeah, you can see it. There's a tight focus beam, and then there's a wide beam around it. Gives you a good, really wide viewing angle. And then you got your spotlight, which is pretty good. And then there's your medium. And you can see how bright that is. You can see that, the trees. And then I'll go into high. Now the camera likes that, see? That's just like daytime. And I'm going to pop it into turbo. And look at that. Look at that. I can focus on every detail, and you can't do that at night. And look at that. Now you can't do that. You cannot do that at night. Look at that. That's incredible. That's on turbo mode. So that is really far away from me. That's what is that? 250 feet from me right there. So not bad. Not bad at all. Now there's about 300 feet. And I can zoom right up in that tree. I can see details. I'll tell you what, if you're hunting animals at night, this is the light to carry. It is incredible. And it fits in your hand conveniently. It's very, very comfortable to hold. There's your strobe. There's your low, medium, high. Now here's a cool one. This is one thing I really, really love about the Wowtec flashlight. Long press, and there's your Firefly. Now, this is good. I know it's hard to see on the camera. If I can zoom up on that, you can see every little speck on the ground. There's wood chips, right? You can see very, very well with this thing in the Firefly mode. But the advantage, though, with Firefly is the beam doesn't go very far, right? You can see in front of you. You can see to walk by. I can see my feet. You can read a book by it. But in a survival situation, that light doesn't travel very far, see? And that is something I really love about these flashlights. Because if you want to get around in the dark, I can walk around, I can follow the path all night long with this. And I can follow the path literally all night long with this for days and days and days. Because on Firefly, this will run for days with no problems. But nobody can see your light. The the light range in the Firefly just doesn't reach out very far, and that is really awesome for stealth work and survival. Now, for running up in the garden at night to see if there's an animal out here. Now, this is one thing I don't know if you can see on the camera. It looks like a big bright spot all blurred out in the middle of the camera, but I can see incredibly clearly every detail out there. Oh yeah, it's hard for me to see on the display. I think that shows very well. I can see very, very clear. And then you've got that wide beam, which is a really good feature. Because, I mean, there's like, you got your spotlight and your wide beam. That's an awesome feature. Because if there's something out there in the night and you're trying to see what's out there, like for example attacking our chickens, I love the fact that I can see all the way around. It's a good wide viewing angle, and in the spotlight get right up in there and see what's out there. I like it, so that way you can identify your target way better. Now I'm going out across the yard for a reason. I'm going up here into the hill, so I can be about 500 feet from the trees across from us. So I'll be right back in a minute. Now that's about 500 feet away. I know because I've paced this all out before. Let me see what mode I'm in. Medium, high. Yeah, that's high. Alright, and then let's see turbo. Alright, now there's 500 feet. Alright. I can still zoom into those trees. It's not as good at 500 feet, but I can see. Now with my eyes, there's a tree even farther back. Yeah, you can see that tree back there. With my eyes, I can see really well. That tree's back quite a ways from behind that one, probably about 30-50 feet behind that one. So, that's impressive. That is really good. Now the flashlight is getting warm in my hands on turbo. These do have a thermal shutoff, so if they start to overheat, they will shut off. Focus. Now you can't, look at that detail. You can't do that at night with a cheap flashlight. You cannot focus your camera that crisp with a cheap flashlight. Pitch black. It comes back in the last mode you had it on. And camera focuses. This is our garden. This is crisp detail at night. I love it. Really powerful beam. Really powerful. Now let's just cover all the functions of this. Turn off, and then you soft press once, and it comes on in the last mode you had it in. So I'm going to go on to low beam. There's low beam. Turn it off, and it's going to come back in low beam. I'm going to cycle it up to medium high, turn it off, it comes on in high. So let's go back to medium. Alright, and I like that feature. Whatever mode it was in when you last had it on, no matter how long it's sitting around on the shelf or whatever, turn it on, it comes back. So if you've got a favorite setting, mine happens to be medium, just for searching for targets in the night and finding out what's going on out there. We live in the country. We're surrounded by state land, and we have chickens, so there's some wild stuff out there all the time. Or after our compost bin, or who knows what. There's always something out here. Anyway, I leave it on medium, and then I can pop it up on high as needed. But so you hold the button, and you'll cycle through your ranges, okay? And you can cycle through forever, actually, until you let go of the button. Boom. And then it stays on whatever. As soon as you let go, it stays on whatever setting it was at when you let go of the button. Double click, and you got your turbo, which is ultrabright. Double click again, and you got your strobe, which is good to blind and confuse your enemy. Now, turn it off and hold the button for a couple seconds, and you've got your Firefly. Again, I mentioned that, so that is incredibly useful. Now, I don't know what the camera shows really until I get on the computer, but I can see very well for walking at night. I can see enough in the forest to get around. That's not a problem. So I love that setting. And one time my wife and I were out in a tent camping, and we had one of these brand flashlights, and something was outside the tent, and it was scary. I mean, I'm not Mr. I live and sleep with bears and I have no fear. That guy actually got ate by a bear. I don't know if you know that or not. I'm not that person. And when something's shaking around the tent, I got scared. So I turned on the light on firefly mode and kept it on so we could at least see what's going on in case of emergency to grab the axe or whatever. You don't want to fumble around in the dark like that. And in the tent, it was dim enough. It was bright enough we could see where our weapons were, and dim enough that it didn't bother us when we slept. And you can ride for days. So, really good lights. Really well made. Well, guys, that is my field test and final review of the Wowtech A4 V2. If you like this video, please do subscribe and share, and follow our daily videos as we strive to become fully self-sufficient and off the grid on a budget. Go ahead and get yours now. Check out the links in the description and the comments below. Thank you.